Welcome to the Talking About Life podcast. I am your host, Ian Lepkowski. My Twitter handle is at KOWSKY_ETH, as in the first three letters of Ethereum. My ENS is Kowski.eth. As always, we start off the Talking About Life podcast by being grateful to God, energy, source, love, information, the universe, whatever you want to call it, if you so do believe that there's something bigger and grander than you out there. We also always thank the guest. Obviously, no guest, no show. So we're super grateful for the guest. We need the guest. Today, we are incredibly grateful to have on the show Web3 Vic, Victors.touch. His Twitter handle is at WE365_. So we365, live at 365, which is also 405. His Twitter bio reads at Kangaroo Heroes, project manager, spaces host, at StoicB, super connector, NFT, and Web3 bullish, coming to us live right now. Vic, let us know, how are you doing today? How are you doing in general? And anything you want to go on with more beyond the bio that, the folks need to hear.
Start with a little pew, 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 pew. Exactly. Perfect. That was a great introduction, man. Kowski, you're epic, bro. I'm just very grateful. First off, I just want to start off by saying I'm thankful for the invite and to be on here with you, man. It's a very special environment that we're a part of with the VeeFriends community and just the NFT space and what we're building here. And of course, you can see some of the branding in the background. We'll get around to it in a moment.
Yeah. I love the setup.
Yeah, had to set it up for the video. So basically, yeah, my name's Victor. I'm the project manager for Kangaroo Heroes. I'm a dad. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. I'm a life insurance agent. I am a coach, a friend, a giver. And I am a faithful individual. I do thoroughly believe that everything happens for a reason. God has ordained this divine timing, where we're able to connect from all over the world. We've been connecting for over a year, and we've seen each other once in person at VCon last year, and then hopefully again this year. Am I right?
I wasn't at VCon last year.
No.
Yeah. I missed it last year.
You had a doppelganger there, man, because I could have sworn.
I probably did have a doppelganger there.
That's hilarious.
I have a few.
This year for sure.
Just in case anyone's trying to come after me, there's a lot of Ian Levin. Bro, not even on purpose. There's like I tried to get someone at work. He was like, dude, what's your Twitter? Because I said something about it, and I typed in my thing, bro. There's like 12 Kowski.eths that come up. I'm like, should I be happy about this? Right?
Yeah,
I'm like, did I make it? I'm like, but I can't even find my own thing. Like, I had to okay, you have to hit search this, click. I got search band. I don't even fucking. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's hilarious. Yeah, buddy, you made it. That's what that means.
I'll take it. Take it. The bots like me, dude. That's the thing, though. Do the people like me? I want the people to like me. The robots like me, which I guess is good.
I think if the bots like you, it just
means taking over.
It just means that the people take a fondness too.
I'm algorithmically pleasant.
That's a nice way to put it. Are you going to be at VCon this year?
Oh yeah, I'm 100% going to be at VCon this year. I bought my VF1 coming home from NFT NYC on the train at 2 in the morning.
Last June?
Yeah, I just ripped it on a very rare reflective rhino.
Let's go.
So I got my ticket.
Perfect.
My mom's coming this year, bro. She asked me to help her get a ticket. She's got a friend that lives in the area. She's got work to do. She's very business oriented, but so she's going to be working some of the time. I don't know if she'll go every day, but she was like, yeah, $300, fuck it. I'll get it, as much as I can go. I'm sure that's that was worth it for her as much as she can. Saturday she's off, and then she's going to get her friend, I think, to go with her. So
that's
fucking
epic.
Dope, bro. Spreading the fucking VeeFriends.
I can't wait. Love, dude. I'm hoping that there's more people there this year. However, it was great last year, just the way it was. We had about 6,000 people come through, and the connections that were made. And I'm coming back stronger than ever. So one of the things that I did last year that was very impressionable was the note sharing doc, where we were able to gather notes from all these different speakers and stages and just bring them together so that we can share the value that was a little snag, a little fragment piece of the value that was Yeah, a little tiny
Little
nugget
nougat.
of exactly of the value from VCon and just bringing that back for the community.
I love that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So some things that are happening recently. Our second comic book is coming out. This is our first right here. It's a little. There you
Who's
go. That's.
first, bro? You didn't tell him yet. You didn't tell him about the kangaroos and nothing yet, bro.
Oh, right, right,
Who the
right.
fuck are the
So.
kangaroos? Who are the kangaroo heroes, bro?
I'm the project manager for Kangaroo Heroes. Kangaroo Heroes is a
Woo!
financial literacy NFT. We have 5,000 digital collectibles out, and what happens is our core utility is 30% off of our taxes, our tax franchise. So you get 30% off your taxes when you do your taxes through our franchise. You get 30% off your business bookkeeping for business owners that need help with accounting and accountability and bookkeeping. They get 30% off of those services, as well as insurance agents that need help with leads and with a system automation and just basically a one-stop shop for insurance agents in their business. They get to use their 30% off to join our community and help their business out. So that's the core utility. Another core utility is access to RuCon, which is going to be kind of like a combination of a conference and a carnival with the theme of financial literacy, and that's going to be happening in the next 4 months. So that's the second core utility,
Hell
and then
yeah.
we have 5 superpowers, right? You see the comic. The comic is one superpower. So there's 250 of each superpower, 250 NFTs, and each has a special superpower. One of them is the superheroes that gives you access to the comic, both physical and digital. So you get an NFT comic and a physical one. The next utility is you see the skateboards. Every time we
Yeah,
drop
yeah.
collectible merch, you get the physical merch, the skateboard, which was our first drop, and then the digital, the NFT version of the drop as well, right? The third deliverable, the third utility superhero is black tie. We're having a black tie gala, and I'll tell you, we are 39 days, 7 hours, and 27 minutes away from our black tie gala. It's happening April 29th, and this is basically where we bring together our franchisees, our corporate employees, and the 250 NFT holders, whoever RSVPs, they get to come together with us here in Philadelphia to network, to gather the minds, to mastermind, to celebrate the achievements that our company has had in the last 365 days, and to set a vision, a pace for what's to come in the next 365 days,
Hell yeah,
right?
dude. So
And
wait, let me ask you real quick while you're going through the superpowers. Is
yeah,
each one has one superpower, or is there a crossover of superpowers between any of them? Like, are there any
I'll
like
get
one
there.
on ones where you get all? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's very
Let it rip.
exciting.
Let
It's
it
very
rip.
exciting. So that's our third deliverable, the black tie event, right? The fourth is we have 2 mastermind conferences, right? One is a crypto Web3 mastermind conference. So if you have a Kangaroo Hero with a crypto chain on it, Ethereum or Bitcoin, you get access to the playback and the live conferences when they're happening. Okay, and then the we have a virtual reality headset, Kangaroo. We have it over there right now. I'll show you it later. So everyone that has a 250 out of the 250 that has a VR headset, they get access to our business mastermind conference, where we bring together experts, coaches, professionals, and successful entrepreneurs to talk about business and how they've been able to scale. Our first business mastermind conference, we went through everything business related, from startup, articles of formation, EIN tax number, funding, whether you are funded by investors, like venture capitalists, or self-funding or credit funding, business credit, advertisements, how to brand and build a social media presence, Facebook, Google, YouTube ads, how to be able to leverage social media to target the people that you wanna that is your ideal
You
client.
want to
Because
hit?
exactly. Because before, years ago, 20, 30 years ago, people used to just throw advertisements on magazines and newspapers, and whoever saw it. You can never really
Right.
target the person that you wanted to, your ideal customer. Whereas in today's day and age, we have advertisements for life insurance that is directly targeted to mothers. you know, and it's a beautiful video with our founder and his daughter talking about the importance of life insurance. We can target specifically mothers with that video and fathers with another video, and plumbers and entrepreneurs and business owners. So it's very creative.
Yeah, so you're not wasting money on sending a certain type of content to somebody who doesn't want to see it, and then you could create varied streams of content and have multiple sources and different perspectives that are being reflected.
Exactly.
And only the people who are going to enjoy those avenues will be walking down, metaphorically, those avenues.
Exactly. So those are 5 of our superhero powers: the crypto chain, the VR headset, the black tie event, the superhero that gives you the comic, and then the merch collectible, right? Then we have 15 Midases. Right, so there's only 15 out of the 5,000 that give you access. That gold touch, it gives you access to everything: the black tie event, the merch, the comic, both conferences, and just everything across the board. So I won one of those Midases, the very first one. That's how I became so bullish on this NFT and the company and everything in general. And it was literally, it was divinely ordained, and now I'm here, the project manager, making things happen.
Hell yeah, bro.
So one more thing.
If someone wants to, okay, go ahead. I was gonna say,
sorry,
include this too. If someone wants to get one, what's the floor? If you know, but go ahead with your point first.
Floor is like at 0.15.
Okay, cool.
Somewhere around there. So what happened was, right after we minted out, our founder, Prince Donnell, he purchased a kindred kangaroo at the height of VeeFriends in January of 2022. He purchased a kindred kangaroo at 11 ETH or 12 ETH, dropped 42K on a kindred kangaroo. And what it was is, I mean, we love it because of the fact that the idea was to send one of our holders to VCon every year. Right. So the moment I heard that, I was like, no one's going to work harder than me. I was a community member still. I was like, no one's going to work harder than me to be that person that goes to win that ticket. And I became even more bullish. Snap.
Bro, it happened right when you said bullish, bro. Things are just fucking combusting. They're popping off, bro. It's that bullish energy, dude.
The bullish energy for sure. So what happened was, the conference ended up landing right on my birthday. VCon was scheduled to land right on my birthday, and I was like, all right, so this is just confirmation from God, from the ether, the universe, that the messages started to come in, and I was like, all right, cool. So this is a message that I need to be at that conference, and now we're here 8 months later. I moved to Philadelphia, and we're building, baby.
100%, dude. So did you like, where did you first hear about Gary Vee? Like, I'm thinking you heard about Gary Vee before you got into NFTs in general, like, and that's why, you were interested in the minting and going to VCon. So how did you get into, the whole NFT culture, crypto, Gary Vee in the first place?
So I followed Gary first. I found out about him through social media, and then I heard that his dad's wine shop was right up the street from where I went to college.
Really? Where'd you go to college?
Kane University.
Wine Library. In Jersey?
Yeah, Wine Library is literally less than 2 miles away from where I went to college.
Oh, wow.
Like, we would pick up our booze when I was a frat boy from
Wine Library?
From Wine Library.
Did you even know? Did you even know who Gary Vee was at the time?
I had no idea, man.
Dude, that's fucking funny, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're in the flow, bro. You're in the Matrix, the Gary Matrix, bro. From the get-go. Like, that's
I'm actually Neo.
Pulling you in. That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah. You got to wake up the people.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Financial literacy comic books, starting with the kids, helping adults with taxes. We help people with life insurance, business owners. This is something, we're really underdogs in this NFT space because there's very few projects that are delivering so much value as we are, and we don't really even have the recognition that, and I love it because we're still in the dirt. We're building step by step, and we're just grateful, man. Kindred Kangaroo.
Hell yeah, dude. Bro, yeah, I've heard 62% of all project founders die within a week of the mint. So, like, if you're not in that percent, like, you're already you're doing better than the rest of them, bro.
I mean,
and if you're on the opposite end of the spectrum where you're delivering actual utility on 5 different fucking levels, You know what I'm saying, bro?
Look at this,
like
bro.
you're far exceeding. That's what I'm
Look
saying.
look at this, bro. Like what we're fucking building, baby.
Where did you get that head from? I'm sorry. I know we were talking about where you got into NFTs and stuff, but I'm just looking at that head, dude. Where did you get that head? Who made that head?
This is our mascot, man. This is
I
Kangaroo
know,
Jack.
I know, but where did you buy that? Like,
Honestly,
like, how do you go from having that in your mind to on your desk? You know what I mean? Like,
that's a great question for our founder. He's not here right now.
You got it from him?
Yeah, he's probably creating some content downstairs right now,
fair.
but this is
totally
not even like
fair.
the official one. This is the first. This was the prototype.
Cool. Is that a wearable? Can you see through there, or that's a decoration?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, this is definitely wearable. Here.
Wow. That's wild. That's crazy. If you talk, can I hear you? No? I hear you.
I don't think I'm allowed to talk with the Jack head on just because Jack doesn't have a voice.
Okay.
He's like
that's fair enough.
He's a mascot that doesn't talk, Not
right.
yet.
Like
Not yet.
Like Mr. Met, I think.
Like
that big baseball guy. He's just like
exactly. He's a mascot that doesn't speak yet. we haven't chosen a voice for him yet, and I guess he's finding his voice.
Well, a lot of us are. But sorry, I know I cut you off. I got distracted by that big old head. So go on with how you got into Gary V crypto like in the first place.
Oh, so I started following Gary. I wasn't really a big fan. I just felt like he was
when you first got into him.
Yeah, I felt like he was kind of fucking crazy.
He looked a little shiesty.
I loved it. I love crazy people.
It had my attention. I kept watching.
Yeah, I definitely kept watching. I just wasn't like I didn't go on a Gary binge until I didn't go on a Gary binge until he started talking about NFTs and he started doing morning tea with Gary. And that's when I was like, all right.
I didn't see a lot of I don't know if I've seen any or a lot of the morning tea with Gary's. What was that all about?
That was during the pandemic. During the pandemic, he was doing
I didn't see
morning tea with Gary.
Maybe I only saw a few of those. I kind of remember.
So he was just basically going live with people on Instagram and
he was doing like one-to-ones.
Yeah, one-on-ones and connecting with people during the pandemic, and it was epic. That's when I was like, oh, this guy's cool. Like I should look into him. And then I went on a Gary binge, and I was like, oh, this guy's been doing this shit for a while. He's actually legit. I was like, I should probably look more into him, and he started talking about NFTs. I just got news that I was gonna be a father when he was talking about NFTs, and I was like, I don't NFT shmenft. I was like, I could give a fuck about an NFT, bro. And then what happened was how long after was it? A year? No, was it a year? No, it was like 6. Wait, no, I'm
7.
Yeah, it was like a little while after, and I had heard about NFTs from like 19 Keys and Gary and a few other individuals, but I never really took it that serious.
Keys?
19 Keys is an influencer. He's like
Alicia Keys' brother.
Almost. They're
almost.
Almost. So he's just this really cool guy. He's like enlightened and he helps people, wake up from the matrix and do the right thing and, financial literacy and
information influencer.
Yeah. He's actually a very interesting guy. I would recommend looking into him.
I'll check that out. I'll throw that at Google after the
19 Keys.
Sorry
and
to cut you off. I just was like, who is that?
No, you're fine. So then Don released Kangaroo Heroes, and I was like, all right, so I should probably get hip to what's happening here. And I got into the community. He actually had hired me to be an insurance agent for his company like a week before I got into NFTs. So the fact that he hired me and I saw he was releasing an NFT, it made me interested. I was like, okay, I should probably look into this since this guy's going to release an NFT. And I joined the community. I noticed that people were like anonymous, and I'm hip to anonymity. I used to play MMORPGs in high school. So
World of Warcraft?
Something very similar. It was called Fiesta Online.
Oh, I never even heard that. It's interesting.
It was like a national game, international. It was pretty cool. And
it was like Diablo-ish or like what?
It was very World of Warcraft-ish.
Okay, yeah.
Very World of Warcraft-ish.
My cousin got into that deep. He lost
Yeah,
the
me too.
levels.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I was pretty deep into that. And what happened was, I was like, all right, let me join this anonymously, and I joined anonymously, and I was just in there, chopping it up, getting to know people, whatever, whatever. And then out of the blue, I won a Midas touch,
Right.
and I was like, holy shit, like this is my ticket. This is like fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I was like, this is my golden ticket to get into the fucking chocolate factory and figure out how they make all this cool shit. And lo and behold, here we are.
Yo, so let me ask you about this, bro. So clearly, you're talking about, you identify with like Neo in the Matrix, bro. You're Charlie, and Charlie, in the Chocolate Factory, bro. So I'm hearing you're bringing to the table this main character energy. If you ever heard about that, like
Of course.
someone who kind of sees themselves right and frames themselves in that light. When did that start for you? Like, where does that come from? Like, did you always as a kid kind of have that belief? Was that taught from your parents? Like. Were you inspired by like an anime? Like where did was it Dragon Ball Z, bro? Because some of it does come from fucking Dragon Ball Z for me.
Yes,
But like
110%.
where does it come from for you?
110%. Not only did I have it innately in me since I was a child, but anime seriously did influence me. I was a massive fan of Naruto. Naruto.
Naruto's my favorite show, dude.
Yeah, Naruto was a big influencer just because. So my story is, I lost my father when I was 7 years old,
Very sad.
and no, it's all right. The same year, my little brother was born. Right, so a gift.
Life
The
goes
law,
out, life
the law,
comes in. It's
the
something.
law of equal exchange, exactly. And
You like Full Metal Alchemist?
I'm a massive fan of Full Metal Alchemist.
Because
Yes.
you said the law of equivalent exchange. I'm sorry. We're like
Exactly.
nerding out. People are going to be fucking talking about. Sorry, go on. Go ahead.
Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, right?
Yes.
So I'm a big fan of alchemy and things like that. So what happened was, 4 years after my little brother was born, his father was shot and killed in the Bronx. So my mother was a single mother, immigrant, and double widow. Two boys, no dads, and I kind of picked up like this main character energy.
Right.
Where
the tragic backstory.
Yeah, the tragic backstory, and then
Sad
what happened?
origins, kind of a dark past.
Exactly. That same year, I was diagnosed with some heart problems, and I was told that I wouldn't have a normal kind of life. And I was like, "Fuck that shit, bro! Like I'm amazing. Like I'm gonna live better than all of you fuckers." Exactly.
So that's I think a defining moment. You got hit with this kind of, because that could make or break somebody. Somebody could go. That's a pivot point. The fact that you didn't let that define you or scare you or overwhelm you. So I would give you kudos for that. I don't know if you see it that way, but I would definitely see that as a major point. Like if it were for me, at least, that would be a major point.
Of course, it was 110% a major point. And
like a real step it the fuck up, become a man defining moment,
Exactly. And I started I picked up a real standoffish attitude. Like any day could be my last. Like why should I give a fuck about little tiny shit? Like I'm gonna live my best life every single day. And now so basically, since I didn't have a father, I always gravitated towards older men, like mentors and coaches and teachers and people that believed in me, that saw something in me that would put me in position to win. Right. I was put as a leader of a team in high school, and I went to a vocational high school. So we used to paint cars and auto body, and I was put on a team to interview and display a virtual reality headset that taught people how to paint cars without the harmful chemicals and turning on the spray booths, and just it was a revolutionary technology for like 2011, 2012. Wow. Whereas I was testing out headsets and I was testing out headsets and playing virtual reality games, and
it was like before the world ended.
Bro, groundbreaking stuff. Exactly, it was groundbreaking stuff, and basically we won a state championship where we were able to go to a national competition, a national conference, and represent our state and our high school at this national conference. And like humble origins, immigrant, like from the Bronx, New York, did like coming from where I come from, being able to attend that massive conference and competing with the top students from the top high schools in every state, I was like, holy, like I love Gary for the same reason. He's like, holy shit, like they let me out, like they let me see what the fuck is possible. And after I seen that, I'm like, oh, like now I can never go back. Like now I just
Right.
have to like,
You got the hunger, bro.
yeah, like
Got
I
the
saw what was
taste.
possible. I got a little taste of it, and that's exactly what happened. I exactly, and I ended up just balls to the wall when I went to college, man. I ended up becoming a leader, president of my university's Greek community, over 600 students, 40 organizations. I attended national conferences back to back to back, and I was always an overachiever. I was always a top tier individual in those places. I'm not saying I was the best of the best, but I definitely stood out. Where I got picked up by a public speaking firm while I was in college to go to different colleges and relate to students and help them with their journey. I was speaking to first generation college graduates and just helping them believe in what they can achieve as long as they have the will to win and they don't give up and they're just
Date
relentless with their approaches. Date bayo, exactly. You
Which
know
means
it,
like you
bro.
better believe it for the
Yeah,
for the folk in the audience. It's
you
Japanese.
better
It's
believe
not
it.
even real Japanese. It's like a fake phrase that they made up for Naruto, but it means like you
Yeah.
better believe it.
Exactly, exactly. Date bayo.
Hell yeah, bro. It's positive energy.
Yes, sir. It was great, man. I'm grateful for everything that's happened in my life, and it's brought us here. You know.
Yeah, dude. And I love that you said fucking Naruto, bro. I like anybody who likes Naruto, bro. Naruto is, dude. I didn't even watch Naruto hardcore. Like, as I watched Naruto as a kid, but like it was on Cartoon Network, and sometimes I had to go to like karate and baseball, so I would like miss like these stretches of it, and then like. They weren't even always airing consistent. Then they would stop putting new ones. You had to like wait. So, bro, I never got like the full. Like, I had a rough idea of what had happened from like I don't know the beginning to like the middle, and then never saw really anything past that.
It's the
Never
best
found out how it.
franchise.
Never found
Best
out how it
franchise
ended.
ever. Oh my
Later in
gosh.
life, bro, blew through all of it in like, I don't know, 3-4 months. Just binged it hardcore, bro. All 700 episodes, all the filler. Fucking,
Wow.
except the ones, bro, with Konohamaru. I got tired of his bullshit somewhere after there. I was like, bro, I don't want to. He was like hanging out with his friends. It was stupid filler. But,
Yeah.
dude, I watched all of that. But the whole point is, dude, my parents were divorced since when I was like 3 years old. My dad was like there for me, but like lived in New Jersey. I lived in New York. Like there was always this distance. He wasn't like always there. It was like sometimes on weekends, sometimes on Wednesdays, like type of shit, bro. So I don't know, bro. Like I kind of fell into that kind of. I had like depression. I used to cut myself, bro. I like had drug problems. I was overweight. I had like an eating problem. I was eating too much. I stopped eating. Like I was just going through it, bro, with the emotions and stuff. And then like when I found anime, dude, same thing. Like I don't know if I ever would have believed in myself without anime. It almost sounds funny, but like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, bro, like whether I finished this whole show or not, like watching like most of the beginning of it and seeing like, yeah, they're dealing with the feeling of the same thing, being ostracized, left out, like all the other kids, like, or not all of them, bro, but you feel like, wow, lots of kids just have two parents or something and everything's chill.
Exactly.
And like they live in the same home and like no, they're not divorced or dead or sick or like what, like, you know, I'm not in that group that's like the general village. I'm one of the not general villagers, you know? And it felt like shit, bro, for my whole life until I saw anime and I was like, okay, like what if it means I'm going to be really cool? Like what if I'm just in the beginning part? And I just have been believing that since like I found anime, dude. So
It's a beautiful
I mean that's
thing.
like an aside, whatever, for people who like anime. If you don't, dude, just understand there's more to it than just fucking cartoons, bro. Like me, Vic, bro, like anime is our dad, dude. Like it's
Nah,
a
for
little
real.
bit. Like Jiraiya's my fucking dad, bro. Fucking all the Hokages
100%.
are my other dads, bro. Like my
Uncles and
dad's my dad.
shits,
I love
right?
you, dad. But like, right, they're my uncles. They're my dads, bro. They're my fucking. You know, it takes a village to raise someone. Like everybody's the father figure, bro. They're my fucking mentors, my senseis, bro. My fucking
Exactly.
samurai. Like you know.
Now it's awesome that you say that because a lot of kids find an outlet. You know, they find relatability through these inanimate objects and characters that have so much to do with them, and that's why I was able to relate so much to
Kangaroo.
Naruto. You know, like he lost like so much, and he was so bullish and always
lost both
believed
his
in
parents.
himself, and he was just relentless. And I was like, holy shit, like that kid fucking went through it, and he has this dream to become the best of the best. And why can't I do that? Why can't I be that
And
person?
it's not even like he can despite it. It's he can because of it. Like
Exactly.
it's because of getting over the pain and darkness and learning to control it and get better that you can. And if you're normal, you actually don't end up like if you're normal the whole time. But if you end up all fucked up at the beginning, you're on a path where you could fucking actualize that to be real dope.
Exactly. So listen to this. It's very interesting. The story of the Buddha, right? How the Buddha came to be. The Buddha, he was born to royalty. You know, his dad was like a
Siddhartha
king.
Gautama.
Exactly, exactly. He was born to royalty, and his dad was like, I don't want him to experience the outside world. So he locked up the castle, and they had everything they needed within this castle. And the kid grew up, and he became a young adult, and he never saw any poverty, struggle, famine, poverty, sickness.
Yeah.
Disease. He never saw any of those things. So one day when he stepped outside of the castle, he was like, holy shit, it was like he got hit with a brick in his face. He was like, what is this? Like, this is crazy. He had a massive like paradigm shift. Like what's going on here? And
He had a panic attack.
he had a fucking panic attack. The guy began to lose his shit, and he goes, yo, I don't know what to do. He could never go back to the castle and live that normal life that he used to. So he decided to ostracize himself. He gave up his royal title and moved out of the castle, and he lived in the slums. He was at the bottom of the food chain in the kingdom, and he just basically was super poor. And he noticed, like, after suffering so much and going through poverty and hunger and disease, he was like, yo, there's no
people, crime,
exactly.
And shit.
He's like, there's no honor in poverty. Like,
Deceit.
fucking suffering sucks, right? He realized what everyone else realized, that suffering sucks, right? So he came to this realization that he had to take full responsibility for his life. And he was like, I'm going to take full responsibility for everything that happens to me. And I'm going to act like everything that happens to me happens for a reason. And he was able to go from a bum to the Buddha, and just from the realizations that he made after taking full responsibility for his life and realizing that that there's just like, we're all one. Ubuntu is a South African proverb that says, I am who I am because you are who you are. Right? I couldn't be me if everyone else wasn't who they are. The fact that everyone is themselves allows me to be myself. Right? We're all made from the same clay, basically.
Yeah,
right?
Dude. Like, it's also the same thing of like, you are the like people closest to you. But then, like that's like on a kind of human relatable level, like you take in the personalities of, or either the people closest to you or the influences closest to you. So if you don't have a lot of people close to you and you just put Gary Vee and Tony Robbins and David Goggins in your head, eventually you get more like that. But also on a scientific level, I like to tie spirituality into science when we can. Like, dude, it's also the fact that, like, you are your body. Like, dude, every cell in your body is kind of like its own little guy, bro. Like cells are their own living things. Like, they transfer and, like communicate information between each other. They're alive. They have to, take in nutrients and excrete them, bro. Same way you do. And each individual one of those is a thing. But your consciousness is the amalgamation and unity of all of those things. And it's like, if you bring that up, we are like cells of the earth, bro. Like at one point there was just the earth, bro. There was no people, dude. Like someone didn't like throw some people. Well, it depends what you believe. But if you believe in the kind of like evolution, like someone didn't necessarily throw people on the earth. They kind of sprang up fucking out of it. So like, I don't know, dude. Like, to me, that's magic. Like, whatever you believe, bro, but whether you believe it was magic this way or the other way, I still think science is magic, bro. I still think that's like revolutionary, that consciousness could just fucking spring out of a fucking rock, bro. And that really what that means is we are all the earth, bro. Like even if you believe God took clay out of the earth and made people, even in that belief, like, dude, we're still the earth. We're still fucking conscious pieces of the earth. So that's that Ubuntu, bro. Like, I am, you are, because you are what you are. Like, yeah, dude, we're all literally the earth, little modules of the earth walking around it, experiencing itself and each other the same way our cells and bodies make our consciousness. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's too philosophical.
No, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself.
I don't doubt myself. I just sometimes, like, I don't know if you follow, I don't know if the audience follows, so I just put it out there like, hey, I'm self-aware that I might have lost 30% of you or some. I fully believe in it though.
Yeah, continue to be that confident and fully believe.
Oh, of course.
And
I had many trials of doubt, bro. I've experimented many religions, things with myself. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
great. That's what you should do. I'm going through my own spiritual journey. We all are. We're figuring it all out. You've tuned into the Be Stoic space,
Of course.
right? So
we've hit on several Stoic concepts as we've progressed here. I was wondering when you were going to slip into the Be Stoic.
Yeah,
you talked about taking every day as it comes, not knowing if you're going to die. That's memento mori. You talked about kind of Buddha's perspective, which is like just doing what he can to take full responsibility for his life, which is very Marcus Aurelius of him, or very Buddha of Marcus Aurelius, if you follow the timeline, but you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, go ahead. Tell us about what the people don't even know what we're talking about yet. We're doing it again. We're getting too excited. We're ahead of ourselves. What is Be Stoic? What is the Be Stoic Spaces?
So the Be Stoic Space came to be from the Jeremy Knows street team, right? So I was a part of the street team, and Boggle sent a message. Let's go. Shout out Jeremy Knows. Big shout out to you, bro. Basically, I came together with Boggles in Jeremy's group chat, and he sent out a message saying, hey, I'm looking to start hosting a Stoic philosophy-based spaces. If anybody wants to tune in, just DM me. And he hadn't really started yet, and I was like, all right, bet, this is my opportunity. I wanted to do that myself. I was going to start a philosophy space myself, and I was like, all right, this guy has the initiative. I should probably partner up with him. So I hit him up and I was like, hey, if you need a co-host, I'd love to kick this off with you. He was like, yeah. He was like, I didn't even think about having a co-host. And that happened in October. Our first space kicked off October 18th, which actually ended up being, it just so happened to be on my son's second birthday.
Always lining shit up on birthday.
And yeah, man, it's beautiful. And what happened was basically Stoic is a philosophy, a Greek philosophy, and it comes from the word stoa. Stoa is basically the steps to the citadel where people would congregate, people would gather under the steps, and they would just chop it up every evening and just talk about different things. And basically, the Be Stoic space is a safe space where people come together to discuss the Daily Stoic, which is a book by Ryan Holiday, where he uses different Stoic values and virtues and principles from authors like Marcus Aurelius and his meditations, like Seneca and Socrates and Antonius and Epictetus, and just all these philosophers, Greek philosophers, and he basically just puts it together into 365 days of discussions. And that's what we're doing every Tuesday and Thursday. We meet up and we read the Daily Stoic, and we go into a discussion on how it applies personally, how it applies in our life, in our business, as a community. And we have over 50 people that tune in live every single Tuesday and Thursday, and over 100 replays. It's something very special that I'm proud to be a part of. Woo! And we're just growing each and every single day. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yo. And I just want to say, so like Stoicism, it could sound overwhelming, and, I get an emotional opposition to it, right? Like, who wants to feel, if you don't already get it, who wants to feel like everything is their fault, right? People who want to be in control of their lives. That's the answer to that, right? So if things aren't your fault, the fuck can you do about them, You
can't do nothing about it.
It sucks when you fuck something up and it's your fault. That's the bad side of being in control of something, but it means you're in control. If it's your fault, it means it could have not been your fault. Like by your action or not it or avoiding inaction, or maybe you should have been inactive, but by your fucking conscious decision, like you could make it better. If something's not your fault, bro, like what the fuck can you do? So
I'll give you a perfect example.
Just not wanting to accept responsibility, nothing's my fault. Well, nothing's in your control. That's terrifying. How does that? Like you've tricked yourself into thinking that's the comforting thing. That's crazy. No, you're in a trap. It's a trap. Like
it really is. So I'll tell you the perfect analogy. What you described is a victim mentality.
Yep.
Right. The other side of that is having a victor's mentality.
Hell yeah, Victor.
Right. Exactly. So by having a victor's mentality, you take responsibility, you take accountability, you don't try to shift blame and
Bro,
just
your
always
name is literally Victor, bro. I'm so sorry to cut you off. I can't not comment on that. I'm like, where does the main character energy come from? You literally have a main character name. Like, Ian Lepkowski's kind of a cool name, but it's not Victor. It's not winner. It's not fucking ganador. Like, bro, like, okay, I'm sorry, but that's pretty fucking dope also.
It's not fucking ganador. Yeah. So, our names do have a lot to do with our personality and how we show up and what we decide to take on. And I've always been a high energy, enthusiastic individual because
Victor's mindset.
Yeah, exactly. Victor's touch. And
it's
you should
your
have
mindset.
I mean, whatever,
Cool.
Whatever victor means to you, however you picture a victor, a victory, somebody that embodies
I picture him with blonde hair and like a black beard.
Fucking Super Saiyan.
That's what. Huh?
Exactly. Yeah, man. So, I for anybody listening out there, I invite you to join us on the Be Stoic Space. We're on. God bless you. We're on Tuesdays.
To you too.
Yeah, gabagool. That's hilarious. Let's go. Oh, man. So we're live Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. Eastern. The account is Stoic, BSTOIC, BEE. And every single Tuesday and Thursday we're live and we welcome everybody. Some people just like to listen in. Other people love to contribute. And it's a very special community that we're building over there alongside with Kangaroo Heroes and all the special things that we're doing here. I'm just very grateful and blessed to be a part of the groups and teams and communities that I'm a part of.
Hell yeah, dude. Now, something I'm curious about, I'm kind of looking as you're talking to me, you got like all these numbers and stuff up on the whiteboard, percentages. I can't really see what it is. What are you projecting over there? Can you talk about that? Should I not be looking at it? Should we not look at that? Should we block that off? Should we blur that out?
Yeah.
It's kind of blurred out.
It's a little blurred out by the light, but it's just some of our sales numbers and percentages, ratios. We have the best sales team in the Northeast. I would argue in all of the Americas here in Philadelphia, PA, and we're just a very active, ambitious, and mission-driven team, and we love what we do. We've helped over 800 business owners to turn their business around and see and feel a breath of fresh air in their journey as business owners, where entrepreneurship, it's fucking hard, it's fucking difficult. A lot of people give up, they quit, they don't really have the will to win, and we've been able to help some people, over 800 people specifically. I've personally coached over 250 of them into seeing success in their business because they took a shot with us, and we've been able to deliver on the promise that we made, just like we've been doing with Kangaroo Heroes. This is a real business, this is a real corporate startup. We have a tax franchise, 20 franchises across the country, over 800 insurance agents that we've helped out, 2,000 NFT holders, and the best team in North America. Very grateful.
Creme de la creme.
Creme de la creme. That's right, baby.
100%.
Let's go. I love the ad-libs. You're like the master ad-lib.
They just come to me, bro. I spent my whole life with cartoons and the internet, bro. Everything else fires off to like 12 different connections. Like if you ever play a video game and usually there's like 3 or 4 choices, I always have like 100 choices, and I'm like, I don't know, I'll say one of them. I just pick something. People are like, where the fuck did your mind go? I'm like, I don't know. No, I don't even get dude, it's funny. I don't get paralyzed. I used to get paralyzed. Now I just pick one. But people are always like, what the fuck? Where did you come up with that? And I'm like,
you should just pick one and send it and see what
it was
works,
like 12 connections in. I just pulled the I just let that one fly. I don't know.
Ding ding ding.
Bro,
we got a winner.
Dude, sometimes it's weird, bro. The other day, this is, dude, it is what you said. I did go from analysis paralysis as a kid. I didn't used to talk. I was like quiet. I used to just like cling to my mom's leg, literally. Like, I would go to birthday parties.
That shell, didn't you?
I wouldn't go anywhere. Yeah, bro. And then eventually I had to consciously break through it. Like, I saw other people, outgoing influences, some camp counselors I thought were cool, Goku, that type of shit. But, bro, I believe in the interconnectivity of everything on a very deep spiritual level. Not because I believe in stuff. I really I'm very also skeptical, bro. It's funny. I'm like an atheist and like a devout, like, God believer, like, at the same time, bro. But so I only believe in things because I've experienced things. So if I didn't experience it, I wouldn't believe it. So the things I believe are like logical extrapolations from experience. And people could call this coincidence, bro, but you're talking about the Matrix, we're talking about Buddha. I don't think we believe in coincidence, right? Bro, I'm at work,
I don't.
like sometimes, I'm at work last week, and I'm just saying something, and this girl walks past me, and I go, just throw it in the bag. And she goes, why did you just sing that? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it just came to me. She goes, I was singing that this morning. I'm like, that's fucking weird, because I did not listen to the radio this morning, and I haven't heard that song in like 7 years.
That's
like,
hilarious.
I'm very confident that I just picked that up off of you somehow as you walk past me. Other people could think I'm nuts, but I believe in that shit.
I love it, man. Date bayo.
Let me ask you this. I wanted to say too. We're both parents. How do you fucking communicate the lessons to your kid, bro? Do you just strap them up and force them to watch Naruto like 6 times in a row? Watch all the 700 a few times? Like, is it storytelling? Is it teachable moments? Like, I'm sure it's a combination, but like, I don't know, bro. I'm a fucking new dad. What could, help me out? How do we be dads? How do we be the best dads?
The way I like to be a dad, I like to let him experiment. I like to let him test things out and see what works and what doesn't. Like, if he's fucking around with something, I don't want to be like, no. Like, if you
don't want to be overprotective.
No, like, if you're gonna fall, you're gonna fall. Unless it's like deadly things,
unless it's on a pit of spikes.
Yeah, like, unless it's like super deadly things or crazy things, like, I won't, like, I'll protect them. Yeah, always. Like, I'm always gonna be there to protect them. But I do if I use my better judgment, I'm like, yo, he looks fine. Like, if he's walking and I see he's about to trip, I'm like, I'll let him trip. That way he has experience to improve on. And I like to sit with him every single night before going to sleep, and I read the Bible to him. And he sits and just listens to me read, and we play around. And I just like to.
Does he have like questions? Does he question the lessons, the stories? Right. I'm so sorry, bro. You kind of like, I should have had the timeline in my head, but I forgot.
He's
sorry,
2.
Go ahead.
He's 2, and he does, he is curious and he does wonder.
The way a 2-year-old would. It's not.
Right. Yeah, he's just figuring things out, and I let him figure things out. And what I do is I like to challenge him. Like, I'm gonna be taking him snowboarding soon at Big Snow. We have
Okay.
Well, so here in North Jersey, there's this indoor snowboarding spot, and that's really what I want to do. I want to be able to put him in situations where he's able to expand his horizons and learn about things that, most people wouldn't even challenge themselves to try.
Hell yeah. And do as many of that, I guess, right, as he's growing up.
Yeah, bro. I took him paddleboarding when he was a year old, and we were literally in the middle of a pond on paddle boards, and he's like, holy smokes, like just like I could tell, like, he was like, oh wow, like, my life is in your hands.
I'm tripping.
He's like, my life is completely
I'm freaking out, man.
Yeah, he wasn't freaking out. He had a good time. He was like playing with the water or whatever. So I like to expose him. Yeah, of course he trusts me. I'm all he knows. So
no, but it could still be scary. I don't know. If my dad put me out there, I don't know if I would. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Bringing us out here? I was a very nervous child.
And I want to make him comfortable with things like that. I want to make him comfortable with being uncomfortable.
I couldn't even order a Taco Bell, bro. Like, people don't believe it. People meet me and they're like, bro, you sound like you'll never shut the fuck up. I'm like, I must be catching up still, because I have years where I couldn't even order a taco.
That's crazy. That's the journey that we have to go through. Our weaknesses sometimes become our strengths, and our strengths
finding
become
our
weaknesses.
Voice, dude.
Find your voice, make your mark. I highly recommend anybody out there go to 16personalities.com and take a personality test.
The IMEFJF.
Exactly. It's called the Myers-Briggs. It's called the Myers-Briggs, and you can really learn a lot about yourselves. You can learn about your strengths, your weaknesses, tangible, actionable items, how you best operate in the workplace, how you best operate in your relationships, how you should show up to your marriage, to your friendships, to yourself, to your future, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, the communities you're a part of, and always be learning. I'm a student of life. I'm very grateful that we were able to do this today. I do have to skip out soon. So any more we got about 5 minutes left.
So Yeah. So cool. That's about where we're at anyway. You did a lot of it throughout, but I always give you, this is whatever you want to do with this space. If you want to just like kind of condense it and do it again, but you have a call to action kind of spotlight I do at the end. So if you just want to blast your link, the website thing,
Let's do it.
A phone
Perfect.
number, what the hours of the pod, real quick, and then I'll just do the official closeout.
Perfect. Let's do it. All right. So follow us on Instagram and Twitter, Kangaroo Heroes. If you check us out on Twitter, the Be Stoic Space happens every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern. You just look up Stoic B. My handles are victors.touch on Instagram and Twitter, or you can look me up as We365. I will leave you off with this.
Underscore. We365 underscore. Don't forget
We365 underscore. Yep. So there's Ubuntu, Amor Fati, and Festina Lente. Ubuntu is a South African proverb. It means I am who I am because you are who you are. Amor Fati translates to love your fate, love your life, love everything that's happened to you, because you are assuming responsibility and ownership over deploying love. You're being intentional about loving the life that you have and not being a victim. Be a victor, right? Victor's mindset. And then last but not least, Festina Lente. Festina Lente stands for make haste slowly. So slow is smooth and smooth is fast. A lot of times we think there's power in speaking fast and getting things out quickly or just going super fast. Well, you want your success to be sustainable. You want your habits to be sustainable, and making sure to leave it all on the table. Do your best each and every single moment of every day. And your best is going to fluctuate. Sometimes my best looks like 10% of what I can put out. Other days, my best might look like 40% or 100%. So just being aware enough to be graceful with yourself and always leave it all on the table. I'm super grateful for you, Kowski, and what you do in the space and who you are, and for having me on. I'm just very grateful for life and where we are today and what's coming for sure.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you. You're welcome. And likewise, throwing that energy right back to you, bro. Fucking amplifying each other, making positivity louder. One candle can light 100,000 million candles, still keep its flame. Just keep the light going, bro. That's how light works. It's a really cool thing. So we'll close out here, bro. We kind of close out the way we come into the show, and that's just by like redirecting it back to gratitude towards, God, energy source, the universe, however you want to see and conceptualize it. Again, for bringing us here across the oceans and the lands and the skies to have a conversation in real time in different states. Although I'm in New York, and I think you said in your Philly, it's not like crazy far, but still,
we're right there.
I couldn't throw a rock quite there. I don't have the arm for it. So thank God, technology, energy, information, the universe. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for sharing your lessons, being vulnerable. Thank everybody and the listeners for coming on. The guests listen on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Anchor. If you really enjoyed it, tell somebody about it. Go outside your house and walk across the street to your neighbor's house, knock on the door, say, hey, I don't know if we've ever met, but you should check out Kowski's Talking About Life podcast, and walk right back in your house and lock your door and just, I don't know, see what happens. We're not. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there, bro. We're just closing it out. We're being creative. And the last message we always go out on after thanking everybody is from our friend Afakasi Brand, who's speaking of finding your voice. He helped me find my voice because I used to speak in the barbershop spaces as a guest before I kind of got my own thing going. And his message is, if you haven't heard it today, you are loved. There's light and dark in the universe, but there's also a oneness. I choose to believe that oneness is love. And if you haven't heard